This is Water Elemental.
And this is Axis, and we are here today to talk about the League of Legends. Ongoing show, we talk about everyone's favorite MOBA-style battle game. We're going to jump right into it. We got a lot of stuff to talk about this week. We, of course, have all the stuff that's coming with the end of Season 2. New particle effects, item rebalances,
Model,
changes to top lane, model size changes, the changing of certain meta pieces, all kinds of crazy stuff which we'll lightly go over. Then, of course, we have the Shadow Isles update on the public beta test server. We'll talk all about that, what that means, and, of course, the new champion, the Spider Queen.
Elise Spiders.
So let's do the boring stuff first. Season 2 conclusion. As you guys all know, it was Taipei Assassins that took it. You can get your sweet Season 2 icon, your sweet Season 2 Riven skin, your champion rewards, and your profile rewards for the end of the season are coming up very, very soon. So get your teams finished up, get your ratings set in place, and be all good.
I'm 7-1. I'm almost there.
Another couple of things that are happening with the end of the season are, of course, talks of changes to masteries, items overhaul. They're changing the scales on certain models so that way Sirach is not a giant amongst others.
Well, certain skins like the Pack Sona is a lot larger than like Pentakill Sona, so they want to balance that out as well because Pack Sona is a lot larger than the other models for Sona.
But there you go, some very interesting stuff. Check it all out at surrender@20.net. Very cool guys. They've got all this information down for you guys to look over. Now, the cool stuff.
Oh, this week the past 2 days have just been a treasure trove of delicious news.
Shadow Isles patch is coming out soon. And, of course, the biggest part of that patch is Elise, the Spider Queen. She has been revealed for us. And she's a very cool champion. Everyone thought at first, oh, it's the Spider Queen that they deleted. She's actually much different than the original iteration of the Spider Queen. So
here's the original up right here. This is Priscilla, the Spider Queen. This is what they found, and this is what gave everybody the taste of what a Spider Queen could be. And then we get sexy boob lady with spider legs.
Let's talk a little bit about her. She is a shape-shifting character. And let's talk about what that means. Her passive starts off in human form. Elise's human form spells ready a spiderling when she casts on an enemy. That's all fine and well. Her Q ability is Neurotoxin. It damages a target based on their current health. Next is Volatile Spiderling. Elise releases a Venom Gorge Spiderling that explodes when it nears a target. Finally, Cocoon. Elise fires a skill shot that stuns the first enemy it strikes. Then her ult is Spider Form. Elise transforms into a menacing spider with new abilities. While in Spider Form, Elise deals bonus magic damage on attacks and has increased movement speed, armor, and magic resistance. Each level of her ultimate allows Elise to summon an additional Spiderling. In Spider Form, she has a new set of abilities, including a new passive. Her new passive is Spider Swarm. Elise summons her Spiderlings to fight by her side. Spiderlings deal physical damage and take reduced damage from multi-target abilities. Her first basic ability in this form is Venomous Bite. Elise lunges forward and bites her target, slowing them and dealing bonus damage based on how low their health is. Next ability is Skittering Frenzy. Elise and her Spiderlings gain attack speed and heal her on each attack. And finally, Repel. On enemy cast, Elise and her Spiderlings ascend high into the air and descend upon an enemy target. On a ground cast, Elise and her Spiderlings ascend high into the air, becoming untargetable for 2 seconds. Casting Repel on nearby enemies during this time will descend upon your target. And then finally, her ult transforms her back into human form, which allows her to summon additional spider. And it also allows her to store an additional Spiderling, rather. So basically what this is looking like
is a caster that transforms into a melee DPS.
Melee assassin, really. She's almost like Fizz.
Yeah, she becomes, like, I was about to say that, with her Repel. She becomes like a Fizz.
Well, yeah, sure. She has an ability that deals damage based on how low their health is, like Fizz. And she's an ability where she jumps up into the air, avoids attacks, just like Fizz.
But she's going to be another character that uses a lot of, like, smaller enemies like Malzahar and, like, Zanya.
Mm-hmm. And looks like they're going to have some AoE resistance. They can't just get blown up.
Brad. My whole attack!
No!
But, oh, goodness, like, we talked about this, what was it with, Zix, or what is his name? Kha'Zix.
Oh.
We talked about this on Kha'Zix, how we wanted more champions that kind of used the mechanics of Jace and Nidalee, where they kind of swapped between forms, and we were received one that is pretty damn cool.
Yeah, the key part of her kit, it appears, is Assassination with 2 abilities that deal damage to a target based on health. It looks like she's going to have a strong emphasis on either starting engagements or ending engagements.
Very heavy tank killer.
Hopefully. She's got a really cool ability to manipulate her minions, make them, fit the right role. Like she can make them explode if she has to. She can make them attack hard. She can make them untargetable. She can stun. She can, looks like slow. She can become untargetable. It looks like she's going to be a very deadly opponent.
She has sustain with her lifesteal and Spider. Whoa.
I think the kicker for Kit is how long the cooldown on her ultimate is if she's going to be a champion that shifts back and forth like Nidalee, or if she's going to be a champion that, you sort of pop in for a little bit and sustain that form like maybe you do with Swain, where it's sort of I know that's kind of a bad comparison, but Swain, you sort of use the form conservatively, but who knows, we'll have to see with her. I'm hoping it's a little bit more freeform, but then again, at the same time, I kind of want it to be a longer cooldown, so that way it's a decision that matters.
Yeah, it's not just like, okay, should I engage in spider form and then, have the evasion and have this in case if anything goes wrong, or should I go in human form, have the cocoon, and have the ability to burn down tanks?
Yeah, so it'll be really cool. Hopefully, we'll see more of her ratios, her cooldowns very soon. But I think she's going to be a really nice addition, a mage that converts into assassin, because right now assassins don't have a very good place. So a good multi-role assassin might be able to fill a role on the team while still keeping that sort of assassin feel that a lot of teams could definitely use, especially when the AD carries get out of hand. And with that untargetable thing, I think she's really going to just start obliterating carries.
Yeah, I think this is a champion that might turn things around as far as like if she's going to go solo top as a caster, or she's going to be a very deadly middle lane, or maybe even like a dual caster bottom lane. She's going to bring out a lot of different stuff. We just all got to see how people play her.
Indeed.
Along with that, we also got a lot of other interesting information when it came to Shadowing Isles. We got news of new ward skins and icons.
This is a very big patch on the PvE right now. There's new wards, there's new summoner icons, there's new lore, there's a new remake coming for Twisted Treeline. There's nerfs and buffs to some of our favorite champions based on some of the tournament play. And it's all very exciting. I kind of want to talk about the nerfs and buffs real quick, just before we get into the more fluffy stuff. The big things, of course, Ezreal nerfs, Sona and Blitzcrank nerfs, Rengar nerfs. There's a lot of nerfs this patch. Jace nerfs.
Trinity Force and Phage nerfs.
They're reducing their effectiveness on ranged, which is, the heck, it's about dang time.
They're also nerfing Deathfire's Wrath.
Nerfing DFG. They're actually rebalancing it a little bit. They did this before where they made the ratio go up and the percentage go down. It's actually quite low now, but
it's not a glass cannon like it used to be.
Yeah, and then they took the cooldown reduction off it, which I think is really going to devastate its effectiveness, but we'll see. A lot of bug fixes, especially regarding auto attacks and casting. They're changing the way the attack timer reset works on attack speed changes, which a lot of people will notice, especially with characters like Graves or some other champions with attack speed like Sivir. Even Lee Sin really will benefit from this, because it's things like, basically you get that attack speed bonus and you have to finish the animation and the cooldown for the previous attack, then you get the attack speed bonus rather than getting it right away. And so it'll be a significant notice.
Will this affect Trundle, or have they put any of that effect into it?
Yeah. Trundle, they actually buffed Trundle a little bit, but overall his kit and his animations are really the things that hold him back rather than the attack speed. Because he doesn't necessarily lose out on that, because most of the time when he's dropping Contaminate, it's usually before his first auto attack, but he will benefit if he drops Contaminate mid-attack.
Mid-fight. Yeah.
But, yes, those are the buffs and nerfs. Check them out in full detail. They didn't give us numbers, except for a few select things, but other than that, it's mostly just change this bug, Ezreal's stupid, we nerfed him.
Yeah,
Rhaegar, stupid, we nerfed him.
Freak has a post up. It's on the main website. Go check it out. But back to the cool stuff.
Yay!
First off is the Sinister Summoner icons that you can purchase with RP. Well, not RP, purchase them, but when you purchase a certain amount of RP, you have a, depending on how much you buy, you get a icon. At Tier 1, which is any RP bonus, you get the Spiteful Spectre, which is going to be the one on the far left on our screen. And then moving on in, Tier 2 is going to be the Baneful Grasp, which is 1,000 RP or more. And then you get everything underneath. Tier 3 is the Death Mask, which is 2,500. Tier 4 is 5,000, and Tier 5 is 10,000 RP. We did the math on that, and 10,000 RP in US dollars is...
$70!
Bam!
I am so upset right now because I just bought 2,500 RP 3 days ago. And I'm really upset.
I think that's really a high amount for RP to buy to get a summoner icon. They should drop it down to at least where the $50 mark is on the...
Well, they should just make it so 35 is the cap. No one wants to spend more than $30 on League of Legends at a time. You just feel dirty.
Well, even if you buy every single skin, which is $9.75 a piece, that's probably going to be $5,000 if you buy all the ward skins with RP as well. And I don't think $70 is going to be
Yeah, it's a little overboard, but it's a good marketing angle, really. But
you never know. A lot of people might complain. It might go down a bit, but
who knows? We'll see.
But also are these skin wards.
Skin wards.
Ward skins. Now there are going to be a good amount of these.
They're very cool. They're very interesting. There's a variety of them available. You can get the Deadfall Ward for 200 IP, the Haunting Ward for 800 IP, the Tomb Angel Ward for 25 RP, the Widow Ward for 75 RP, and the Bat-O-Lantern Ward for 165 RP.
Now, here's a few questions I got. First of all is, how are we going to decide which ward we're going to pick? What menu item are we going to choose to decide that? And
it might be a separate tab when you do champion select. It might be a separate tab in your summoner profile. It's really hard to say at this point.
Definitely. Or hopefully it's not when you buy one, it just kind of defaults it to you.
The thing I don't like is that they're charges. And you can only buy 52 weeks worth. That's 1 year worth. And so I don't know if it's per week that you get these charges or if it's per day. But if you buy 52 weeks worth of, let's say the cheapest one, the Tomb Angel Ward for 25, 52 times 25, that amounts to a whole lot. That's what? That's 1,200 and... No, 1,300 IP. That's a little more than a skin for a year's worth of wards. When they should just buff the price and make them permanent. But
there should be an option to buy the 52 week, the 52.
There should be an option of permanency and temporary.
Yeah.
But
I think what they're doing is they're kind of going with the Dota style approach, where sometimes you can like rent items or kind of like the other free to play models where. To get some nicer, smaller items, you can pay for them, but they're not going to be permanent.
Yes, but
I want to permanently have some of these wards.
I mean, if these were Demacian wards and I could only get them for like a week, I would scream. I would go, no! It's my ward and I need it now!
You never know. They might change something. Right is very pleasing.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of weird stuff, but there's also a lot of great stuff this year, and
this opens up for so much more. He was talking about earlier about, themed icons like Demacian, Noxus, Ionian.
We've been talking about that for years now.
Which they've also mentioned that they're probably going to add mid-season 3 achievements.
Yeah, buddy.
Freak talked about that too. I don't know what it's going to entail, but success. All credit goes to Spectre Gaming. But
well, let's hope that the community reception, the way the community's been receiving this, has been mixed, and they've been very outspoken about what they would prefer instead. So hopefully Riot takes that to heart and modifies their policies.
What are they outspoken about? Because I haven't...
It's mostly the amount of RP required for some of the icons, the fact that you're renting these ward skins.
Okay, it's the stuff that we have problems. I thought people were complaining about the skins.
The skins everyone's blown away by.
All right. This is the best part of the patch, are the new skins. We're going to go in order here and kind of describe them, as well as get the splash art of what little we have. First off is Deathbloom Elise. This is going to be her alternate skin, and it's
not amazing. Granted, it's still in the PBE, so it's hard for us to say if this is the finished product or not. Sort of a recolor on her, more of a calmer color palette. Kind of changes her particles a little bit, but we'll have to see. It's still in the PBE, like we said, so there's probably some finishing touches that need to be done on it.
Next up is Headless Hecarim.
Oh my god.
Okay, thank you. Whoever guessed this in the comments, I'm sorry I can't remember your name. I couldn't find the comment, but good job calling that. That was a brilliant call.
Mm-hmm.
This one looks fantastic. He looks
the
like
effects on it are superb. The outfit is awesome.
I love the style. It's like it looks something like Jack of Blades wore in Fable.
Yeah, and the colors on it are just superb. Like the fire effects.
The orange is beautiful.
The orange is so good looking. This is an amazing skin, even if it doesn't have some of the cool little mini effects of some of the other skins. Just the colors and the way the outfit goes together is just fantastic. And this is one of the best looking skins this year.
Yeah. Next up, we have Haunted Maokai. This is the one I got excited for until we get down the list. But this one's fantastic. His little seedlings have like a giant mouth with really tiny eyes. They have like a tombstone on his back. He's more mossy. He's very dark. His particle effects reflect undead, and like his shockwave has like a cool, big like tombstone that flows out. It looks fantastic.
That's awesome.
It makes me so happy. And then like his gravestone circling around with his ultimate's pretty sick.
Nice.
We also have Underworld Twisted Fate.
This isn't one I was completely blown away by, but it's a lot of Twisted Fate skins end up looking the same. And this one is one of the first Twisted Fate skins I've seen that actually kind of departs from his style. He's still got the hat, sure. He's still got sort of the same demeanor, but he's got like, he's got these interesting sort of shoulder pads and these
He's got like
blades,
a glowing hand.
Yeah, it's got this ghostly hand, and his cards are these cool colors. So I think this is really neat in the fact that it's a departure from traditional Twisted Fate in more ways than any other skin has done before, and I think that's really important for a champion who's got a lot of skins that are sort of samey.
And especially since they're now utilizing this character rework with the whole model animations and stuff, it makes it one step better. But if you look, it's still unfinished, so there's a lot of bugs with it, so you can't get the full effect of it yet, because he's still got like this weird like blue like outline glow thing, and you can kind of sometimes when he
look, Spurs, it glows.
Next up, we have Pirate Rise.
Pirate Rise is
the yearly Rise skin.
He got those tattoos in Rune Prison. He's only black champion, but now he's a pirate. And he's got a cannonball, he's got, a bandana and a beard, and he shoots his Q out his cannon on the back. It's amazing.
He has like new dancing animations, and he like takes sips out of like this jug. He doesn't have any voice acting effects differently, but
who cares? He got the tattoos in Rune Prison.
I be getting my tattoos in Rune Prison. Next up, we have one of the best.
I'll let you take this one.
Zombie Brand! Oh my god, Zombie Brand! This is an amazing skin. They changed his animations. They changed his voice work. They changed the particle effects. His death animation's different. When he does his taunt, when he does his on fire thing, he starts running around like Zoidberg, going in like a figure 8. What's that quote he does? The fire one you keep quoting.
Some say the world will end in zombies.
And every now and again you hear him going, brains. Brains. But it's just fantastic. The skin is probably one of the better ones.
It's the best one.
It is the best one? I love between that and Hecarim.
The Hecarim one looks good, but this one in terms of quality...
He's in a suit. He's classy.
In a suit, the effects are great. The jokes are spot on. The thriller dance is so good.
There's so much to talk about. Look up the video. It makes me so happy. Hopefully it's not Legendary Prize, because that's Legendary quality. And finally...
And we couldn't go without a horse skin this year.
Well, we had
the token
Girl.
The token horse skin this year is Headmistress Fiora. She's got leggings, the short skirt. You can see the outlines of her bra. She's got a ruler. and,
Scarf.
and glaces. She's got a lot of glaze.
Glaze!
But when she does her pretty pictures thing, it paints a Teemo over. She snaps her ruler during a taunt. So there's some animation changes. But I don't know if this is still in the PBE or not, but her ruler has a very metallic sound when
Hey,
you're
it's a
hitting
metal
someone.
ruler. I have one downstairs.
So I'm hoping they change it to sound more wooden, because a wooden ruler when you're hitting someone going it's like it's a little weird. It's a little weird. But it's still in the PBE, like we said. Hopefully they'll fix that soonish. But it's a good looking skin. It's got new animations on it, which is the most important part. So if you're looking for a Fiora skin, it's a bit different. Limited ed. Definitely check this one out.
And finally, we're going to just kind of go over this again, is kind of the reworks to the Twisted Treeline.
Oh my god. I'm a big Twisted Treeline guy, just completely.
I got back into it a little while ago, and this made me happy.
They're changing it to make the map more friendly to all character types. They're making it so it's less intense on the top lane. They're making it so that way there are more items. There are more items on Twisted Treeline specifically for that area. Same like Dominion. And these items are awesome.
I haven't seen any yet.
They're exactly what the map needed to make specs viable.
Really?
Like the death cap for casters is probably... Actually, you know what? They did a death cap, right?
Yeah.
Cheaper death cap, 80 ability power, 25%, 10% move speed.
What?
That's exactly what casters need.
Yeah, that's
another thing. We suggested this years, well, not years, but a year ago. For casters, it's mana, ability power, passive. All your spells deal 5% of the target's health over 5 seconds.
Really?
Yes.
I wonder if a lot of people suggested that and we just kind of fell on the idea, or...
Yeah, but they put that in to make casters more viable, and I hope that it sticks, because this is going to be really awesome for Twisted Treeline.
There are two, like, where the golems were on the middle of the map where the jungle is, there are 2 shrines now. What you can do is you can stand on these shrines and kind of capture them like in Dominion, and if you control both of them, there is a global-wide buff.
Neat.
As well as they redid the bosses and stuff in this map. Instead
to make
of
them more Twisted Tree oriented.
Yeah. Instead of the normal dragon, we have a giant spider.
It's a legion of spiders.
Spiders all over the place, man. It looks fantastic. All the models are different. The ghosts look different. The golems look different. There's all sorts of crazy things. And we have a new shopkeeper, I just noticed.
Aww.
He's so tiny. He's better than the weird yordle thing.
Ugh.
It's Duran. He's dead.
Duran!
No!
Duran, no!
They took him away so soon. Do you remember?
But we'll go over the items real quick that they put in, because now that we have them pulled up in front of us specifically. Wicked Hatchet, 20 AD, 18% critical strike chance, unique passive. Your attacks inflict grievous wounds that reduce regeneration by 50% for 1.5 seconds. This is amazing. This will help counter high healing characters, which are pretty omnipresent in that game type. There's Blade of the Ruin King. This is actually probably one of the coolest ones that came out. This is probably the second coolest one, I thought. 40 attack damage, 10% lifesteal, unique passive. Your attacks deal 4% of the target's current health and magic damage, and give you half that amount back in health. There's a cap versus minions. And the active is it drains health from a target, giving you 150% physical damage, plus 50% of your AD in the same amount, and it heals you for that. And then you steal 30% of their move speed, so kind of a backwards Malphite Q, which is really neat. Second coolest item. Next one up is, this one is by far the coolest. This is going to allow for some of the really most awesome cheese builds ever.
Lord Van Dam's Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Lord Van Dam's Pillager. 40 attack damage, 350 health, passive, 10% cooldown reduction. Right? You're thinking that's boring. Unique passive, 25 armor penetration. That right there, that's amazing. That's not enough. Unique passive. Spell Vamp, 15%.
Hold on, it's builds from a Heart of Gold and a Brutalizer.
Yes.
What the hell? What the hell?
It's so cool, the fact that they're actually making more GP5 routes, making GP5 more viable in this type. But the fact that it has Spell Vamp and Armor Pen on it means that assassins, particularly assassins like Talon, Kha'Zix, and Rengar, are going to be really awesome now.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited that they put something like that in, because that's what they need.
Next up, we have Soul Sight Lantern. 23 attack damage, 30 armor, 12 life steal. Unique passive. Your basic attacks against minions and monsters have a 20% chance to deal 425 bonus magic damage. Unique. Activate. Steals a stealth detecting mist grants vision on the target area for 10 seconds. That's cool.
The thing I'm curious about is if it's an area immediately around you or anywhere on the map. Like if it acts like a backwards clarity, or if they're making it so that way it's like dust of appearance in original Dota.
Yeah.
Because that's a big thing, is making Oracle a priority when it's so easy to get kills on a certain person. In threes, it's very difficult to make getting an Oracle a priority.
Because it's 125.
Well, no, it's 400.
Oh, an Oracle, I think meant Sight Ward. Sight Ward is one of those things which is a really pain in the ass, too.
So I think this will be very interesting in that it's a 1 minute cooldown, so it's actually a decision. But the next item, this is the one I was going crazy for. Wooglet's Witch Cap, 80 ability power, unique passive, 10% movement speed, unique passive, increases total ability power by 25%.
And it only builds off a... what's the rod?
Yeah.
Needlessly large
stat.
Needlessly large rod.
Oh, boy. But this is amazing. This will give casters what they want. But we already talked about that a little bit. Next item, Backfire Torch. This is the other item I talked about. 50 ability power, 300 health, 350 mana. Passive, unique. Your spells burn for an initial 5% of the target's maximum health and magic damage over 3 seconds. This effect is halved for AoE. This is really perfect for progressive casters, especially ones that aren't bursty, because usually it's only tanky, very, very, very tanky mages in threes, or just sort of your basic bursty casters. So progressive casters, like let's say a Rise, Karthus, maybe Victor, don't really have a chance to shine in threes, and this will give them a little bit more oomph to their progressive casting.
Because it builds off a Catalyst and a Lucky Pick. So again, you can build the Catalyst first.
Or you can build the Lucky Pick first, and so that'd be a viable choice.
Yeah, it just, these item combinations are amazing.
Mm-hmm. And finally, the very last one is Overlord's Bloodmail. 850 health, unique passive. On Killer Assist, gives you 200 HP over 5 seconds. This is a very, very cheap source of hit points, while rewarding off tanks and main tanks for staying in battle for a long time. A lot of the issues with threes is that everybody dies or gets very low health because engagements are just wretched in threes. And
once one person goes down.
Yeah, you don't have enough health after that engagement. Even if you win, if it's one guy left, he doesn't have the health to push a tower. So give him enough health to feel safe about taking that tower.
We also have 2 potions in this. The first one is Ichor of Rage. It costs 500 gold. Click to Consumes grants 20 to 42 attack damage based on the champion's level, 20 to 42% attack speed based on the champion's level, and 15% increased damage to turrets for 4 minutes.
This falls under the same category as the item before. A lot of the issues with Twisted Treeline is after engagement, you don't really have the oomph to push anymore. This will give you that attack steroid, that attack speed steroid, and that damage to towers that you'll need to push an objective quickly if you're the only one left alive. These are more expensive than traditional potions, which I think is good. This is very powerful, and on the right team comp, this could make for a tower shredding team that would be extremely annoying. So I'm glad it's a very expensive thing, and you can punish them for it if they buy it at the wrong time.
Yep. Next up we have is Ichor of Illumination. Click to Consumes grants 30 to 64 ability power based on the champion's level, 50% cooldown reduction, and a huge boost to mana and energy regeneration for 4 minutes. Keyword is energy regeneration. So that means like champions like Elise and stuff can be very aggressive on this map too.
Yeah, champions like Shen, I think, are going to be really scary.
Because Shen and Kennen, definitely. Because Kennen's going to be one that's
the only thing that holds Shen back from being an unstoppable god force is that sometimes he doesn't have enough energy to do his taunt.
Now they give him unstoppable god force.
I will taunt the world!
Just taunt.
Ding, 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 ding. Oh, God! Oh! But so, this will be very frightening. I can't wait. This is like Dominion coming out. Like when Dominion first came out, I mean, Dominion's kind of worn down in excitement, but I love threes at the moment. I'm so enamored with threes, and this is gonna be good.
This is a fantastic patch. Like they went all out. We thought it's like, what is with the lack of news? Like for a month and a half.
Nothing's coming out. It's bullcrap.
It's just fantastic that we just got this plethora of news. We'll keep you guys up to date.
And now, if I might say, we are being washed away by the endless ranks of the dead. I mean, the patches, sorry.
All right, now for the moment you've been wanting to rant about. Here it is, Axis 48 in the lore corner.
Okay, I know you guys hate it when I talk about lore, but they changed a lot of lore in the upcoming Shadow Islands patch. It's all on their new page. They changed a lot of it. They haven't been doing a lot of lore lately, and this is their big lore patch surge or whatever. This affects a couple of champions primarily. Elise, the new champion, Mordekaiser, Hecarim, Yorick, Karthus, and Evelyn. Evelyn has no official attachment to
The Shadow Isles.
The Shadow Isles in the new lore. It's hinted at, but it's just speculation. Mordekaiser used to be from the Shadow Isles. Then they retconned it and said he's from Noxus. Now they've retconned him back to the Shadow Isles. So the first thing I'm doing is going, really?
Mordekaiser's from the Shadow Isles. Wait. No, he's not. Wait. Yes, he is.
So they brought him back, and they made him a sort of a jailer and a seeker of just tormented secrets, which sort of betrays the mystery about him that was before. He was sort of this harbinger that everyone feared but no one knew about. Hecarim was already from Shadow Isles. They modified it a little bit, but not very much. I'm not too upset there. Yorick, they changed significantly to match the Shadow Isles, making him more of a spirit, kind of a specter zombie that's trying to renew the legend of his family, which makes a little more sense. I actually like it a little better than Yorick's old lore. Karthus! Okay. Karthus was he had some of my favorite lore in the game. He
had some fantastic lore.
He was sort of this mystery. No one knew why. He was in the swamps outside of Demacia. I forgot what it was, but it was the swamps of the dead. And he was sort of like this calming voice to all the tormented souls and the undead there that kept them from marching on Demacia. He was a creature there that just had this sort of calming effect. This lich that had this calm effect on the undead. And anyone who went into the swamp would die. But nothing would come out of the swamp because Karthus was there. Now they're like, nah, he's from the Shadow Isles, dog. They gave him a past, first of all. They talked about when he was a boy and how he got rejected by society. So they transformed him from sort of this calming, ambiguous jailer that was just this menacing threat, but no one could march on, and he would not march out. So it was sort of this juxtaposition of the fate and what the dead would do. And now, no man, people were mean to him when he was a kid, and now he gave himself over to be the best lich ever. It's stupid. It's so stupid, and it's really short-sighted. I do not like the new lore for Karthus at all, and
you were talking about the Mordekaiser one about him being a jailer and stuff. It made me a little bit more interested in Mordekaiser because it's like, are there more jailers like him? Are there more people?
Well, yeah, he basically, he goes after these secrets, and he rips people's souls out, and he makes them tell him his secrets.
And it gives a reason for his ultimate, which that's cool, but his older stuff where he's a bit of a mystery was just as cool. So in one way, he got a cool improvement with his lore, but the other side, they kind of took away some of that.
Yeah, they took away the fascination, but they made him have more brass tacks to him.
But yeah, these are lores. Let us know what you guys think. If you think these are cool, if you think that some of this is just weird and out of place and the retcons don't make sense, let us know about that. But we're running really long. There was a lot of news this week, guys. We're going to move on to our own section here.
We only really have time for one question this week, guys, and this comes from our website, actually.
This is a private message from our forums, which we do look at.
This is from Leonardo. He says, I notice over several episodes you guys have had not as many people asking questions. So my question for the next podcast will be, I'm the dude who invented the upcoming champ. She doesn't know how to write. Okay. Pineapple. Okay. No, so it's this. Okay. Our first question this week comes from our website, actually. Comes from a guy named Leonardo Lal. He asks, now that you guys are reaching about 600 subs and you're getting more videos, but maybe to push a little bit higher, have you guys ever thought about getting special guests on, maybe like Video Game Donkey, Red Mercy, Wolfie, Zugio, Legend Commentary, Spitzy, the Button Masher, Player POV, Cinderhelm, Kobe Cheese, any of those gentlemen that are really famous on YouTube. And if we could get one, who would we get and why?
Well, the problem with this is they probably get flooded. I mean, flooded with requests and, hey, help me out with my show or help me do this. And we would just probably be one of those voices in the wind. And unfortunately, unless we would talk to them in a more professional setting than just a message on YouTube or something like that, we would try, but I don't think they would actually appear unless they were very nice and generous, which probably some of them are. But especially after the season 2 Worlds, where Donkey was just shown on there, I think he has a lot more popularity than a 500 sub podcast.
As much as it bruises my ego to say we're not that popular in the grand scheme of things, and while I would love to have one of these guys on, I love legend commentaries. I know a lot of my friends love Video Game Donkey. I mean, there are tons of people that do LOL, and I would love to have McRooster Dota. I love McRooster Dota. I love his stuff. And the poor gentleman that passed away that made all the Flash cartoons for League, I would have loved to have him on. But unfortunately, we aren't big enough. We don't really have enough influence to drag people like that on our show. Well, I would love to, and we might send him an offer. But on the same note, I doubt it would happen anytime soon. But we will try and bring more people on as we can. Like we've shown you guys before, we bring people on all the time. We have content coming out from some of our associates. We have guest hosts on. But as far as other YouTube shows, I mean, we've done guest YouTube shows, but it hasn't really gone anywhere yet, unfortunately.
Yeah. What I want to try to do is I want to try to create like a sub-community, kind of like how the Game Station goes, is where we're a lot of lesser known kind of collaborate with each other, and we kind of have a bigger thing where we have our own kind of community and stuff like that. So in the future, hopefully we can bring in more like Let's Players, more stuff like that, and we all have our own separate channels, but we have like a hub website or something like that we can all share off of, and then from there we can interact with each other with games and stuff like that. But at this point in time, unfortunately,
it's not viable.
It's not viable, and I honestly don't know anybody that wants to work with us. I would love to work out with other people, but it's contact stuff. Talk to my people, you talk to ours, blah, blah, blah.
Indeed. And that's really it for questions this week, guys. We don't have a whole lot of time left, but we love questions every week. We usually try to answer 1 or 2 every week. You can post them in the comment section below, or you can send them an email at spasticgaming@gmail.com, or post them on our website, or PM us there, spasticgaming.com. There's a little forum icon in the top left. We love questions. We take them about the show, about ourselves, about where the show is going, about where the league is going, really about anything. We're happy to talk about it. And that's really it.
All right. This has been Water Elemental.
And this has been Axis. And I am so glad Azubu Frost lost. So glad.
Why didn't they ban Orihana, those idiots?
Yeah, seriously.